as sales crashed 26%.
The Bud Light volume decline in the U.S. over the first 3 weeks of April, as publicly reported, would represent around 1%. Oh man, it's a good thing I looked at my video mixer, because there we go.
You may see this as good news. The CEO of Anheuser-Busch finally addressing the Dylan Mulvaney controversy, disavowing. But I don't see this as good news. I don't see it as victory. I see it as a company doubling down on their disdain for you.
Amazing. You know, the video of this is Anheuser-Busch disavows Dylan Mulvaney, but still refuses to apologize. Bud Light brand is dying. You can always also tell a real content creator when they all caps disavows, all caps still refuses, all caps is dying. You gotta love that. You gotta love that.
The news from the Daily Mail. Anheuser-Busch CEO.
Also, I just want to add, does Tim Pool only read the Daily Mail? I've never seen him source an article, or at the very least, like, that's like his main source of info then, right? Is just Daily Mail. I don't know if that's really a, I'm not sure how reputable of a source that is, but okay. Just interesting, just an interesting, thing to note.
Finally disavows Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light partnership and says, quote, "It was not a campaign," after firm sent letter to retailers blaming an outside ad agency for approving it without management awareness, as sales crashed 26%. Now, of course, the story that's going around is people saying, aha, we're winning. I don't see that. I'll put it this way.
This is true. I don't see that.
If their sales are down 26% and they still will not apologize to you, it's not winning. I mean, in a sense, it is. They're feeling.
So this is what I also, this is what I need to know. What are they apologizing for? Honestly, honest to God, why do they owe a conservative American an apology? Is this not, what's the old term? Is this not just political correctness? I know that term is not, we haven't heard in a long time, but Anheuser-Busch, a private corporation, decided to send a branded can to one individual with the intent, or at the very least the hope, that they would share it on their social medias, use their sphere of influence to increase the sales in some small way of their company. You take every other piece of context out of it. And Tim Pool thinks that they owe conservatives an apology for this, for doing business, for being politically incorrect due to Tim Pool's, based on Tim Pool's political leanings. Tim says he's a free speech guy, but it doesn't really seem very free speechy, does it?
Pain. The company is suffering economically. But winning is when they come out and say, please buy our beer again. No, I think Bud Light should cease as a brand. And at this point, perhaps the only thing Anheuser-Busch can do is discontinue Bud Light and call it super duper beer. Got to give it a different name, whatever that name may be. Create a new brand because you have put a stake in the heart of this one. Now, look, Bud Light will probably sell, but it's going
to... yes, here we go. I'm actually kind of glad I looked it up. Political correctness, let's see, a term used to describe language, policies, or measures that are intended to avoid offense or disadvantage to members of a particular groups in society. Is this disadvantaging conservative Americans? It's not. So, by definition, this is political correctness. Tim Pool is arguing for political correctness in his campaign to, rein in a private corporation. Yeah,
going to become synonymous more with trash garbage, as opposed to a patriotic American beer with Clydesdale running through the street or something like that. Let me tell you where we're at, what they're doing. Bud Light's basically, Anheuser,
Keep in
they're
mind,
giving away free product.
Tim also is arguing
They're going to give
that,
away,
you must be
apparently they're gonna spend
patriotic,
millions in marketing,
which
but they will not
is
apologize
fascist.
to you. They won't tell you, we're sorry, we did not realize y'all didn't like this person. But while the mainstream media wants to keep this story going, they'll lie about it every step of the way. They'll keep up the false narrative. Here's a story for you. Model who shot Bud Light can says company is targeting children. You see, they want to come out and say something like, it's transphobia and the conservatives, they just hate LGBTQ people. First question, how come nobody's boycotting any other beer brand? Because most of them have done Pride commercials. Oh, because no one really cares. Because conservatives do recognize that, yeah, they may not like the lifestyle of these people, but, you know, people, they sell beer, whatever.
No. Tim. Your memory. I'm sorry to inform you of this, but you have Alzheimer's. Your memory doesn't go far back enough to remember all of the pushback that every other beer company got for being in support of gay rights. It's not because you all don't care. It's because you lost. See, this is a loser telling his audience that the ground that they had to cede, they never actually ceded. Understand that. He is making the argument that they didn't have a problem with it before because they never cared about gay people. But go ahead and go back to when those commercials were produced, when any of those, gay Coors, gay this, gay that, whatever beer company, and you tell me what the response was back then. No, Tim, you lost and you're trying to play it off as if you never cared. And unfortunately for Tim, he's going to run into the inevitability that he is going to lose on this one too. And we'll explain that. We'll explain how he's lost also at the end of his little spiel here.
What's so special about Dylan Mulvaney? Oh, Dylan Mulvaney's audience are children. And the VP, who was since put on a
really,
leave
do you
of absence,
have polling
said
on that?
they were trying to target a younger demographic. Quite literally saying they sponsored an individual whose audience is like 15 years old because they want to sell your children beer. Amazing, huh? Yeah, you shouldn't do that. But boy,
what's wrong with whoa? If I remember correctly, don't most conservatives not have a problem with the kid, their young son sharing a beer with their father for the first time at like definitely not 21? Isn't that like a whole thing? Just saying. I thought that was like something that we didn't have a problem with. I thought it was cool.
Boy, are they so desperate to get this stuff in front of your children. It's creepy. And also, there is a component of Dylan Mulvaney is nails on a chalkboard to the average person.
Also, unless you can tell me the actual demographic breakdown
the principal
of
motivating factor
Dylan Mulvaney's content, then
Dylan Mulvaney
to argue that they only make content
irritating person,
for kids
to do with
is
being trans or otherwise.
dishonest.
I don't believe Dylan Mulvaney's trans.
No.
Dylan Mulvaney is
they're not trans?
a gay man
You're right.
who is mocking trans people for fame and money.
What? No, they're just trans. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to let you know they're just trans. Also, the reason why he's employing this whole no, they're actually gay thing is because there's the common narrative that trans people aren't actually trans. They're just gay and they don't know it yet somehow. I don't know how that
That's my
I don't
opinion.
know how that works, but
I think the real issue is just that Dylan Mulvaney is deeply annoying to people. That's it. As an individual, as a person,
this is
Dylan
true. They are kind of
nails
cringe
on a chalkboard.
But
and so when
you kind
they
of have
see
a right
this
to be cringe.
commercial and Dylan's doing this weird twitching thing back and forth, it's just like, what is this? And Dylan outright says, I don't even know what March Madness is.
Is that the
And don't you
reason
think people who like
why?
March Madness and are into sports might be a little offended that you've sponsored someone who disrespects what they do and doesn't care?
Well, it's too bad it's not the NBA sponsoring them, or I guess the NCAA. And second of all, do you think that interaction between Bud Light and Dylan Mulvaney was for sports fans? Is that what you think? Do you think that's for sports fans? No, it's for the audience of people who don't watch sports and who aren't on the couch sipping their Bud Light and watching their NCAA March Madness. It's for everybody else. This isn't hard. God damn. Like, I don't know why they seem to not understand the concept of I don't know, of like multi-channel marketing. You know, like,
care about it? Shouldn't you be better off getting an athlete to be like, drink your beer? No, they got someone completely uninvolved who has
I
disdain
mean, how
for
many
them, and they just
athletes
insult them.
already drink all
Well,
of
here's
their
the
beer?
news, ladies and gentlemen, from
You
the Daily
already
Mail.
got a million
The CEO
commercials of
of
athletes drinking
Anheuser-Busch
beer.
has unceremoniously
I just
disowned
don't
the disastrous
understand
Dylan
it.
Mulvaney stunt, insisting it was not a campaign, as a letter to retailers says it was just one can. That's
Well,
not the issue. See how
it
they
was.
lie? You see how these despicable scumbags lie?
Dude, this guy, he can't be real, right? Like, he can't, right? He's smiling. Okay, look, guys, like, he's fucking smiling. He knows he's fucking goofing off right now. Is Tim Pool, honest to God, I need to know, is Tim Pool like a giant troll? I know I just freezed it here, but let's be honest here. He's smiling. This is funny to him. He thinks this is a joke. This entire thing is a joke to him, because there's no way you sit here and think like, oh, I cannot believe you would do this, sir. Ah, despicable, disgust. You wouldn't do all of that if you actually were upset. People who are upset don't do this or whatever. This is when you want to communicate in a visual manner, like an outlandish amount of disgust. This is like an aesthetic thing. This is like a theater kid thing. You want somebody who's pissed. They're going to be fucking like angry. Is Tim Pool angry? He's playing angry. God damn. I genuinely don't know if he's just like a grifter or not. But I'm starting to think that, at least on this case, he's definitely a grifter.
It wasn't one can. It was a video of Dylan Mulvaney with a bunch of cans doing weird things. And people.
One second. Let's see. Huh? Can I? Yeah. No, Tim. No, it is. Fuck me. There's one can. Why is this so hard for people? I don't understand. There's this can there's this custom can that they made. There's only one of them. You can tell because it's taller. And then there's these regular ones that you can just buy in the store. Oh my God. So no, that isn't a lie. Okay.
People were like,
we don't even know if they sent Dylan Mulvaney the 6-pack. For all we know, they only sent them the one can, and then Dylan went and bought the 6-pack. For all we know.
And you know what else? You can say it to the retailers all you want. The issue is, I said it before and I'll say it again.
Does Tim Pool own like a liquor store? Does he know?
Whether or not someone wants to be gay. Guys who drink beer often, many human males, don't want to be perceived as weak and effeminate or gay. And so,
is that why you all drink shitty fucking beer that tastes like fucking wheat ass smear? Is that why? I mean, honest to God, fellas, if you are drinking, let's be really clear. Let's see, where's no, what are they? Let me go with the oh, God damn it. I don't know how to spell it in the no. Isn't it? What is it? It's Y. I think it's that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Fellas, fuck me. No, do not save. I do not need a picture of a fucking beer bottle. And here we go. All right. Fellas, if you are oh no, that's too small. Fuck. Okay, let's see. Can I zoom in and it'll, we'll get the point. Fellas, if you are drinking this, if you're like, I need to drink this, because I don't want to look gay by drinking this, I have some very bad news for you. The first one is you're incredibly gay. The second the second one is you're already incredibly weak. The fact that you would give a shit what your drink looks like to calculate your masculinity tells me as a man that you are a weak, pathetic man. If you tell me that you're like, I can't drink this because I don't look manly enough, you're the least manly guy I've ever fucking met. A real man, and this is where we'll get into that. I've asked a number of times like what a real man is, but let's be really clear. A real man doesn't give a fuck what the color of their alcoholic drink is. None of them do. Because real men, like myself, drink whatever the fuck we like, and we don't give a shit about you little bitch boys who are like, oh, I gotta drink a beer. I don't give a shit. Why would I give a shit about your fucking drink? Also, by the way, if you're a guy out there, drink these if you would like women to want to talk to you. Drink this if you want them to stay the fuck away from you. I'm just saying. You know, I can only speak the truth and the God's own honest truth. You want to find a nice lady? Stay away from that. Stay away from that right there. You get you one of these, that girl's gonna look at you and be like, "That's a guy. That's a man right there. He rocks that fruity ass looking drink. I want a sip of that drink. I'm gonna talk to that guy. Guaranteed. Guaranteed." You don't have to. As a man, guess what? You glitter bomb and rhinestone your car if you want to. Being a man, honest to God, is about doing what you want to do and doing it with confidence. That's what everybody actually means when they say real men. They mean confident men, strong, confident men. And there is nothing more, what's the word? Attractive to a woman and to anybody in general than a confident person who is not constantly thinking about how manly they look. We can always tell when you're insecure. And when you're insecure, you're not confident. And when you're not confident, you're not as successful with the ladies.
When you decided to sponsor Dylan Mulvaney, whether intentionally or not, you told all of the 40-year-old men who would drink a Bud Light, if you drink this, you will look like a homosexual man. And then they said, I don't want to look that way. I don't want to be seen that way.
Is that what they said?
I don't want to be associated.
How many
with
people
this.
do you think actually saw the Dylan Mulvaney
Michael DeCaris addressed
partnership
the mass
video
backlash
thing?
over working with Mulvaney.
How many
first time
does he think all women
investors.
like
Ducaris told investors there
watch
is
Dylan
misinformation
Mulvaney?
spreading on social media about the company's team up with Mulvaney.
This is
according
true.
to Fox Business. He added that the company is providing direct financial support to the frontline workers impacted by the boycott. Oh, man, keep it up. Do not buy this garbage beer. Because you see what they're doing? They're trying to subsidize.
I mean, it's always been garbage. Did you notice also they all like do like the Bud Light's garbage anyway? I didn't hear you guys ever say that before. Somehow the beer is good enough and garbage. The beer is garbage, regardless of whether Dylan Mulvaney is sponsored by it, which they're not. But it's worse beer. It's somehow gotten worse because of that fact. Like it was never garbage beer before this until right now, and now suddenly it's garbage beer. It's always been garbage beer.
We will continue to learn, meet the moment in time, all be stronger, and we work tirelessly to do what we do best, bringing people together over a beer and creating a future of more cheers. The disastrous marketing bid has seen sales for the American flagship beer plummet 26%, despite Anheuser-Busch
They
reporting
keep talking
first-quarter
about that
earnings
number,
of $1.65
despite
billion. Let's put a dent in that number. You see, the boycott
Good luck
started
with
in
that.
quarter two. So we're not going to see quarter two earnings for some time. But how about this? We don't got to do anything other than not buy their beer. And Coors Light is sitting right there. If you
I just love it. I love it so much. I hope Coors Light comes out and is like actively very supportive of trans people. I would love if they did that. That would be so fucking funny. But yeah, like Coors Light, whoa, crazy. Coors Light, amazing. Totally not woke beer. Totally not woke beer, Coors Light. Fucking idiots. Okay. Let's dispense with this. Let's dispense with this notion that Tim Pool knows what he's talking about. All I could do at this point is all right, Anheuser-Busch CEO. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. Michael Demetrius, I hate this person's name. CEO took a few minutes on Thursday's earnings call with investors to address, I should have bought some Bud Light stock so I could get on this call. And its U.S. business is facing over an Instagram post that is sponsored with transgender influencer TikTok personality Dylan Mulvaney. While the post by Mulvaney, was during March Madness 4 weeks ago, the company now saw sales lower throughout April following the April 3rd video from country singer Kid Rock. During the company's earnings call today, quote, respect to the current situation and the impact of Bud Light sales, it's too early to have a full view. The Bud Light volume decline in the U.S. over the first 3 weeks of April, as publicly reported, would represent around 1% of our overall global volumes for that period. I want everyone to understand, as much as Tim Pool wants to pretend that the boycott is working, that they're really it's 1%. You have dinged the company 1%. Like, take it easy, y'all. Besides like the fact that it's like not actually effective, it's incoherent. The actual reasoning is incoherent. Went on to say one post, not a formal campaign or advertisement. Yeah, it's just a sponsorship the same way, Kim Kardashian or insert X person does sponsorships with other brands. During the week of April 15th, 2023, case sales of Bud Light to retailers dropped 21.1% and impacted other portions of its U.S. portfolio as well. According to Bump Williams Consulting, which used Nielsen data. How are they using Nielsen data? Budweiser cases dropped 10.7%. Meanwhile, Coors Light saw 10.6% increases in sales, and Miller Lite saw an even higher pickup in sales, up to 11.5%. Ew, Miller Lite's even worse than the others. Despite the controversy, growth outlook remains unchanged, leaning on its global presence. Our global footprint has enabled us to successfully navigate different types of challenges, such as temporary ban on beer sales in certain countries and most long shutdown of bars and restaurants across the globes. Yeah. So this was, as much as they would love to think that they're really doing a lot, they're really not. There's really not going to be. We'll see when Q2 sales come out, and we'll see how the actual health of the company is. But keep in mind, this is 1 month. When does Q2 even start? I'm assuming, I don't know when their second quarter starts. Let's see. What is this? TAP? What the fuck is TAP? Okay. Let's see. November. Yeah, like they're all the way up here in May, guys. Earlier, Molson Coors CEO Gavin addressed the impact of Goldman Sachs analysts planning on stepping up reinvestments. We haven't factored. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Molson Coors beat estimates in the latest quarterly results, but reiterated its 2023 guidance of low single-digit sales growth compared to 2022. But Coors Light and Miller Lite US saw double digits revenue growth. Year-to-date shares, Molson. Okay. All right. I'm actually really curious where this this 26% drop in sales is, because I saw a 26 number, but I don't know. Year-to-date shares, 20. Did they say it in here? Because what's it called? Case, where is it? Yeah, case sales of Bud Light is not the same thing as what's it called? As like stores stocking it. I'm assuming case sales is going to be, like if you buy a case of beer, which usually a case of beer is like the 24 or 16 packs. So you could see a drop in those. But if you don't see a drop in other places, or if you see an increase in some of those other purchasing options, then they kind of offset each other. But like I said, we'll see. For now, we'll go by the numbers that we have access to, which is Anheuser-Busch stock position. Once it loads. Cool. Let's do I've not been on this website before, and I don't know if can I get charts or no, I don't want. Okay, here we go. Let's do let's see. This all started. Okay, let's do 3 months so that we can get an accurate picture of the before and after. So, February, the stock was sitting at, fuck me, this is not, okay, this is on Market Watch. There's way too much data here. I just want I also could spell that correctly. That would probably help. Who has like readable fucking, oh wait, I know. Okay, one second. I know, what's it called? Has kind of better. Yeah, unfortunately, fucking Edge actually has a easier chart. There we go. Okay, give me the last. I wanted more than a month, but okay. Let's see. April the 4th started at 66.88. When did this campaign start? I don't have it open. It was the beginning of March though, or beginning of April. Sorry. A drop down to 2 days later, a drop down to 64. Looks like they dropped a little bit lower, then recovered again. And for the most part, dropped down to 63. Okay. So the lowest they got was to drop the stock $3 and some change. And then, what do we have? 63. Okay. Big drop there. And we're back up. Yeah. I mean, over the last year, their stock is up 12%. So even if their growth is slowed, regardless, this little April section was it probably let's see, where's April kick in? Yeah, like right here. This is what they've accounted for. They were doing a lot worse back in October of 2022. So, to say that they're not exactly hurting is I think a bit of an understatement. But, keep telling yourself. The thing that they tell, like at the end of all YouTube videos where they tell you to like click on one of these like things to watch more videos. Yeah, I've been meaning to film one of those. So that's what I was doing. I was just setting it up to film one.